Welcome to a whole new lesson in additional mathematics. My name is Nana Yawedu, and you can call me Sir Nana for short. In this lesson, we are going to look at number and the algebra pattern. And we are going to specifically consider a very interesting topic, which is binary operation. I believe that by the time we finish with this lesson, you will come to realize that binary operation is something that we deal with all around us in our daily lives. It involves variables that we can relate with things around us. Now, let's delve into the concept of binary operation. But before then, ensure that you have your pen and your jotter so that you can take notes and it'll help you in the future. Now, when we consider the concept of binary operation, we are looking at basically putting together two things, so two elements. So in this case, let's say let A and B be the elements. Now those elements belong to a set, so we say that it belongs to the set of real numbers. We know real numbers are numbers that encompasses positive or negative whole numbers, which are integers. It consists of rational numbers, which are in the form A over B. It also consists of irrational numbers and then whole numbers. Right, so two elements, we are using A and B to represent those two elements. And we say that those two elements belongs to a set. So we say it's a set of real numbers. Now we want to use a rule. So let's say the rule is multiplication. So we'll put the two elements together, A multiplied by B, and then what gives us is also in a real number system, because we know that AB also belongs to the real number system. So binary operation puts together two elements, A and B for instance, of a set using a rule. So the rule here is the multiplication to produce another element, which is AB, of the same set, which is the real number system as well. Or we can also think of it as a way to do something with two values. So in this case, let the values be 2 and 3. And we know 2 and 3 belongs to the set of real numbers as well. Now, we want to use addition as a rule to get a third value, as they are saying here. So it means that we have 2 plus 3, and that gives us a third value, which is 5. Now, if you can say 5 belongs to the set of real numbers, then we say that binary operation is taking place over here. Now, let's think of it as a way to do something in terms of producing a kind of product. So we want to find out the motivation for learning the topic. So let's say we want to produce a chocolate drink, which is something we all like, right? So we want to produce a chocolate drink. What are the materials that we will need to produce the chocolate drink? I believe that one of those materials will be cocoa. Let's say in our chocolate drink we'll use milk as well. We'll also use sugar, and then we would use additives. Right. Now, let's put these materials into our machine. So we put our cocoa into the machine, we put our milk into the machine, we put our sugar into the machine, and then we'll put our additives into the machine. Now, once they go into the machine works on it and then produces a special chocolate drink. Right. So this machine serves as a rule, and these cocoa, milk, sugar, and additives are the variables or the elements that we put together with the rule to produce another one, which is a chocolate drink. Right. Let's assume that the chocolate drink as well belongs to the set of materials. Then we can say that this is a binary operation, right? So we say this is a binary operation because we have materials, cocoa, milk, sugar, and additives. We have placed it in a machine, and we've produced chocolate drink, which is also belonging to the set of materials. So now let's look at how we can view this mathematically. So basically we can say let our A be equal to our cocoa, right? And then we can say that let our B be equal to our milk. And then we can say that A would consist of cocoa and sugar. We want to include sugar so that they become two items, so that we have two variables, A and B. And then we can say let the B be milk and additives. Right. So we are going to use a rule. So the rule here can be, let's say, any symbol at all. So you can just put this symbol. So this represents the machine that we saw in our picture, right? So we can put A and then operation the B together, and that produce, let's say, A plus B, or let's say multiply by A times B. So let's say this machine produces these kind of combinations within it to produce, so A plus B times AB would be a chocolate drink. Right. Now, if we agree that A and B belongs to the set of materials, and then we can say that A plus B times AB also belongs to the set of materials, then we can say that basically a binary operation has taken place. So all that we are saying is that we are trying to put our picture into variables. So now A is representing our cocoa and sugar, our B represents our milk and our additives, and our machine is this operation symbol, and we put them together to produce A plus B multiplied by AB, which is the chocolate drink. And the chocolate drink also belongs to the set of materials. So this is binary operation. Now, how do we see binary operation operate in our real life? So basically, or why should we probably study binary operation? So a study of binary operation as a student will help us to be able to understand programming, right? So basically, when we consider programming languages, we know that the computer basically operates on zeros and ones, right? So if there is any other thing which moves on the outside of 0 and 1, let's say a 3, the computer programming language cannot understand it. And so therefore it requires you to have just the variables of zeros and ones to be able to operate. So a good understanding of binary operation will help us when we are looking at things like IT, programming as we mentioned, and we can venture into careers like computer science, as well as the engineering. So in this lesson, we have basically considered binary operation. We have looked at the introductory parts. We've tried to understand what binary operation is. In our next lesson, we'll be considering some symbols that are used in binary operation. See you in the next lesson.